One small gesture, career-ending consequences. In the U.S. Navy, this was once a serious offense. For generations, military bearing was everything. Hands out of pockets. Always. No exceptions. This wasn't written law. It was unspoken doctrine. It signaled something. Laziness, disrespect, weakness. To put your hands away was to disappear as a soldier. But why? Why did one small habit carry so much weight? Military discipline lives in the visible, in posture. One man breaks formation. Eyes snap to him. Discipline begins with the body, long before the mind. A hidden hand cannot salute, cannot act, cannot respond. Commanding officers saw it as a failure of attention. It wasn't about the pocket, it was about the message. And the message read, I am not fully present. The British military held the same quiet contempt. No written rule, just the unspoken phrase, not quite cricket. Standards without rules can be even harder to break. Generations of soldiers trained this into muscle memory. But then someone asked, does this rule actually matter? Does a man's hands in his pockets make him less ready? Does it threaten the safety of a ship, a mission? Arguments built on both sides. Tradition against practicality. The old guard called it the erosion of standards. The new generation called it an unnecessary burden. Both were right. That was the problem. In 2024, the U.S. Navy made it official. Off-duty sailors may now place their hands in their pockets. For some, a small freedom. For others, a wound. The condition, only off-duty. Safety never compromised. Saluting still happens. Instant, without hesitation. The pocket doesn't slow the salute. It never did. But across the Atlantic, Britain holds a different line. No official rule, no written punishment, just expectation. Discipline enforced by culture is the hardest kind to break, not cricket. 2 words, heavier than any regulation. So what does a hand in a pocket actually say? It says, I belong here. Or it says, I've forgotten where I am. The U.S. Navy decided the distinction could be trusted, but Britain, the silence still speaks volumes. Every military tradition starts as common sense and becomes sacred. So the next time you slip your hands into your pockets, remember,